right, okay. Oh my gosh, Miss Tanya from Destroy Planets. Welcome to 99 WNRR, my love. It's so good to see you. My goodness, it's so good to see you.
Thank you for having me. It's nice to see a person that isn't work related or lives in my household.
I get it. I totally get it. Well, my love, thank you for being part of Raven's Reveal. It has been amazing. I'm so excited. And
No, no,
I
thank you.
no, Burning Hell is just, I'm like, this chick's got some lungs on her. Oh my God.
Most people think I'm a dude before I sing.
Yeah, you know what? I went, wait a minute. No, that's a girl. That's a
Yeah.
girl.
I remember a guy came up to me and was like, I was having a cigarette and I thought it was a dude on stage. I came inside and it was you. And I was like, yes, I have boobs. I'm a girl.
Yeah, I'm a girl. So tell me about yourself, honey. Tell me how you got started in this industry and all that stuff.
It was kind of random. I've always liked to sing, but never as a thing. I always used to find it quite embarrassing. I remember having a really embarrassing moment when I was a kid, sort of singing Amazing Grace in front of
Oh,
my school, and it was horrific. I was ill. I had a cold, and I was like, so after that, I was just like, I'm gonna keep that shit to myself.
got you.
Yeah. But for ages, I sort of like I always liked singing. I always really admired people on stage for like having the tenacity and the bravery to do it. And then one day, one of my old friends that used to be in a band called Pariah that I loved when I was a kid was like, "Oh, I'm going to be gigging with one of my bands because he's a bit of a band whore." Not since he joined us, obviously. We stopped that shit. It's like you can't see any other bands except us.
Right, right, exactly.
And I came to this festival and he was gigging, and we all went for a beer afterwards. And he was like, "So, I'm starting another band. Do you want to try out for the singer?" I was like, "Try out? I thought you were just going to invite me to be the singer. What a dick." But then I went to it. I was so nervous for the first try out because I didn't realize how much I wanted it
Uh-huh.
until I tried out, and I was like, fuck, I really want this. I really want to be on stage all the time screaming at people. This is fun. And since then I've fought so hard to stay in the band because I remember there was a bit where I was going through some shit and I wasn't putting enough in, and the guys were like, "We're gonna have to have a talk, Tanya." And I was like, oh shit. But I kind of like fought tooth and nail because I was like, no, I want this to the point where I like no matter what shit's going on in my life, I'm still gonna do it.
Uh-huh.
Like death be the end of it, I guess.
Yes. Yeah.
And yeah, no matter what I go through, I think the first thing I turn to is like music for my solace.
Don't we
Like,
all?
it's the people that don't like. I met someone that once was just like, I don't like music, and I was like, what? You
What?
don't like music? And she was like, it's not that I don't like people singing. I find it irritating. And I was like, how do you live?
Right?
Like, what, do you not have a rhythm that you walk to? Like when you walk down the street, is there not a beat in your head, something singing? She's like, no. I was just like, I'm not
Okay,
sure
you're
we can
dead
be
to me.
friends.
You're
Yeah,
dead
I'm
to
not
me.
sure we can be friends. um, but it turns out she's a really awesome person. Like I don't see a lot of her because we just moved to separate ends of the country for our lives.
Uh-huh.
But she's bizarrely the nicest person, despite the fact she like hates music. Like
I can't.
I know. When I first met her, I was like, I don't understand. Like she does everything in silence. Like she's such a cool, fun-loving person, but everything's done in silence. But she doesn't really go to pubs, clubs, or anything like that because she's like, well, no, I have to listen to people's music whilst I'm there, and I don't really like music at the best of times. So to listen to other people's, I was like,
Uh-huh.
okay, yeah.
Uh,
There's a reason we may have grown apart.
yeah, you think maybe? Maybe I couldn't even imagine my life with there's no way. There's
No,
absolutely
I
no
mean,
way.
she's always had like problems with her hearing, so it possibly could because of
Okay, I
that.
get that then. Okay,
Yeah,
I get that. I get that.
could be, but I think she just maybe doesn't like music.
Okay, well, no, we'll
Yeah,
pray
we'll
for
we'll
her.
skip we'll
We'll
skip
pray
that.
for her. We'll pray for her. Now, Tristan and Sarah love you to pieces.
Yeah, because they're amazing.
They're amazing. And I was told that you were a last minute act on United Against Hate. Was that it?
Yeah, when we got invited to play, we were absolutely honored. And then I think I don't know what people were thinking when we were going to play. Like I'm not sure if they'd seen us live before, but yeah, they were definitely like had a very different opinion of us once we'd played. They were like, shit, they're all right.
Wow. Tanya, let me tell you what, the first time I debuted your song, let me tell you what, we have a chat room on 99 WNRR, and like a couple of the guys that were in the chat room going, who the hell is this? I went, aha, aha, it's a secret, guys. And they're like, this is some serious shit. And I'm like, right? Dude, I cannot. That song is ridiculous, Tanya. I can't tell you. It is amazing.
Thank you so much. It's a massive mixture of everybody in the band for like just everybody in my band. I don't think there's one of them that isn't good at what they do or doesn't
Okay.
strive to be better. And then we all have very different opinions and different likes of music. Like some of us, like we sort of meet in the middle with what we like. But then I'm over here listening to some really weird shit, and they're like,
What's that?
yeah. But then at the same time, because we all have such like sort of varying tastes, when we meet in the middle, it makes a very odd sort of thing. And I have to say, Adam's probably one of the most prominent people in that because he's the one that mixes our music. And bless him, we've turned him slowly grey through it. Like he's going grey. We've ruined his life.
You can hear different elements in that one song. You could hear like a little bit of maybe hip hop, a little bit ish in there. You can hear a little bit of different elements, and I'm like, this is insane. And you, Missy, let me tell you what, Miss Screamer. Oh, how did you get started with screaming?
I naturally like screaming at people. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a naturally angry person.
Whatever. I find that hard to believe.
Wake me up at 4 a.m. without coffee. Everybody will see.
Done. Girlfriend, I'm right there with you.
And I found that growing up, I there wasn't very many ways that I could do it. So I like to go boxing, I like to go running. And when I started screaming, it wasn't that I'm angry when I'm screaming, but the amount of emotion that you release whilst you're screaming and running around the stage is so therapeutic that I don't feel angry. When I've done it, when I've practiced, it's like the most calming feeling. Who knew screaming would be so relaxing?
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's really therapeutic. And especially when you learn to do it so you don't fuck your vocal cords up, it's therapeutic because you can do it without going home like,
right.
Not gonna lie, when I first started, I was like, by the time I'd finished doing everything. But I started looking into how to do it properly. I think a year or two down the line, I started having like the odd little vocal lesson just to work on how to improve my technique. And don't get me wrong, I'm still learning. There are so many techniques out there. It's ridiculous. I saw a guy the other day and he had like the lowest of the lowest voices. And I was like, you must shake houses just by breathing. Your voice is so low. It's literally just watching him just like, I can't even imitate how low his voice is. It is amazing. Like when he talks, it's like talking to Brian Blessed. His voice is so low.
Wow. And I know who Brian Blessed is. So
oh my God, he's amazing.
Okay, so I mean, like,
sorry.
No, because I consider England like my second home. Like, yeah, I do, because I tell Tristan all the time, I'm like, I need to move back to England because I was there for 3 years. When I was
already told Sarah she needs to move over here. Like,
come
and join it. It's a bit cold, but we make up for it in our hearty fun and swearing.
You know what? Look, and I told Tristan, I'm like, send me a good pasty, honey. Send me some good tea, and I'll be a happy girl. Let me tell you.
I'm gonna have to get them frozen to go over you, because if I send a warm pasty over there, it's gonna be minging.
It's gonna be done.
It's gonna be rank.
So tell me what's in store with this. I mean, because you guys have a loyal following.
I can't believe it. For like, don't get me wrong, we're like nowhere where we want to be yet, because I'm envisioning like Wembley. Like, until I put my foot on Wembley or like in another continent on a stage, I'm like, I'm not where I want to be just yet. I want to be at a point where it's my day job. I want to be at a point where it's my life. Like at the moment, it's like, it's what I do when I'm not working. It's what I do in my spare time when no one thinks I'm on my phone.
Right.
So we're thinking big things. We're slowly planning to get bigger and bigger and bigger. I don't think we want to stop anytime soon. We're slowly working out that now we can actually do certain things like as work related. So we're now working on a new song again. We've got a few more in the background as well that have sort of been like dissipating on the waves. So there'll be a new one coming out to you guys soon. And yeah, I'm feeling pretty proud of it already.
Well, no. I'm again, and I said, can I get more of this, please? Can I get more of this? Because I can't say enough just how much, and you guys are doing so well on my list.
Thank you so much.
No, you guys are. No, you guys are gaining fans. Oh, I love you to death. You guys are gaining fans over here in the US. I mean, because not a lot of people have heard of Destroy the Planet. It's Destroy
No,
Planet
no.
here.
It's all right. My mum says it like that. She's like, Tanya, what's your band called again? The Destroy Planets. Destroy the planets. No, mum, there's no the in it. Destroy
It's
the
just Destroy
planets
Planets.
of the. No, mum. Like she's reached an age. Like I love my mum to pieces, but she's reached an age where she puts a the in front of pretty much everything.
Everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like, where did this come from? Where did it start, mom? Where did you decide that everything has to have a the? Like it's the title of a screenplay.
Like the is in the middle of like everything. Like,
Yeah, pretty much.
we got to work on this. We got to work on
Yeah,
this.
but
So
it's cute.
now tell me about the other members of your band, honey.
So there's Aaron, there's Adam, there is Nathan, and there's Ollie. Ollie's not long joined us, but he's a welcome, refreshing face. He's very chilled. At the same time, he's also really eager to learn, which is one thing we want in every member of the band, is someone that constantly wants to learn to be better and better at what they do. Because like the way we see it, we're looking up to all these massive bands and we're like, I need to be at that level. And I think everyone in our band, the one thing I love about them all is they all want that. Aaron is so technical. Like he is also the mum of the band in some aspects. Like he doesn't like to be called that, but he is.
Okay.
He's the one that tells us off when we're not doing it, like not doing enough. He's like, hey, where's that thing you promised me? It's like, I saw I did it. He's like, that's not good enough. Where is it? And then you've got Adam, where he's so laid back that he's lying down, but then he's the most intelligent person you'll ever meet. Like it's ridiculous more stuff that I've forgotten more stuff that I'll ever know that he knows. Like he's like a coder as well, so he does like front door, back door coding as his job, and he's a drummer.
Shut up.
Yeah, I know, right? I remember when I was like, because when I knew him in the band, like years and years before I joined him, all I knew was that he was a drummer. And then I met him later on in life, and I was like, so what do you do for a job? He was like, oh, I do this and this. I was like, no, you do smart things. Fuck off. And he was like, yeah, no, true. That's my job. And he showed me this page of code, and I was like, gone over my head. I'm just gonna leave you to it. You do you. And then we've got Nathan. He is, it's going to sound really bad, I'm pretty sure he works in the same line as like people that design buildings. Like he's working towards becoming an architect. Ollie works for the government, not in that sort of like secret service sort of shit. I'm like, for the government. When he first said he works for the government, I was like, 007 style. And he was like, no, I'm not that cool. And I was like, oh, you could have lied to me. You could have said you were, and I would have believed you. Right? You could have like met me every day. It's like, passed me a piece of paper, like, here's that coast for the day. It's like, oh, I would have totally believed that shit. I'm not gonna lie. There are certain times where I'm a bit gullible because I want to believe the best in everybody, and it sometimes leads me to be the butt of some jokes where I don't realize that people are lying to me, and I'm like, oh my god, that's so good. And they're like, she honestly believes this, and I'm like, yeah, that's great. I'm not gonna lie, there are some times where I'm very, very ditzy. Like I'm not naturally blonde, but apparently I should have been.
Tanya, honey, we walk in the same circles, honey, because you know what? There are times when the guys at the station go, Jacqui, are you really a blonde that we just didn't know? Yes, honey. You know, African-American people are blonde sometimes.
Oh my God.
It's okay.
I saw a woman the other day with the most beautiful green eyes, and I was just like besotted. Like she's my new favorite model, like in the world. I saw her eyes and I was like, so beautiful, ridiculous. Like literally just the most, with her ebony skin, bright green eyes. I was just like,
are you kidding me?
She's the fittest woman in the world as far as I can say. Like I used to like Haley from Paramore. I was like, you're the fittest woman. Then I saw this woman. I was like, you stand to the side now, Haley. You have a new contender. It was ridiculous. Like what?
Yes, and you know what? As a matter of fact, a friend of mine is dating an African-American lady right now who's got green eyes. He's like, Jack, that was the first thing that drew me. And I went, well, yeah, because it's rare. I mean, it's very rare. So
why do you think I dye my hair green? I'm like normally brown hair, got boring brown chocolate eyes, and literally just like all the things about me naturally are like the most boring things. It's like, apart from like my mentality, everything else is just too normal. So I just have to dye everything else.
Yeah, girlfriend, I feel you there. We definitely see eye to eye on that for sure. You know, and now as far as, like I said, you have like a ridiculous fan base. Now, is it not because I know why, obviously, but that's like some loyal crap right there, because you don't see 11,000 followers. I mean, especially with unsigned bands and stuff, like you don't see that.
we've worked really hard and like worked on marketing as well. Like, because we find a lot of the time that Facebook just wants to kill our reach. Like, they're not doing it on purpose. Well, they are. Technically, they are. They want us to give them more money to put my stuff around, but they do it as well because there were loads of people that were abusing their business pages to spam everybody. So now they were like, well, but it also sort of like messed things up for us. Like, we've got to work on the algorithm a few times to actually get it so it actually reaches the people we want it to. Otherwise, we will post something and it gets like 2 likes because it's not reached anybody. And we're like, how the fuck is that? So we've had to work on algorithms, marketing, and not just that, but just, I guess, making ourselves available for when like people want to ask us questions. Like, I know some people, like I get some really weird people that message me sometimes. And it's not the nicest of things. Like, I had a guy once, like, he sent me his whole like passport, his certificates and everything. I was like, are you asking me to marry you? Is this your weird proposal of telling me like you earn enough money to take care of me? I was just like, I don't think you understand. I don't want your dick. I am not interested.
Wow.
But the thing is I've realized that I was like, I just need to like only add people that have metal on their pages. Like, if I look on your page and it's like metal, likes guitar, likes this, okay, you're safe to add.
Right.
Random person in the middle of Istanbul with just a shirt off. I'm not going to accept you on my Facebook.
No,
not safe.
No. And you know what? That's interesting that you say that because speaking of moms, my mom said, so have you been getting, now that you're kind of doing this radio thing? And I said, Mom, it has just gotten crazy. This
People
doesn't happen to dudes. It doesn't really happen to dudes that much.
Oh no, I saw this one message that one of my friends got, and it was this woman from somewhere in America, it was like Texas or something, and she messaged him the most dirtiest thing I have ever read. And it's like, this is almost too raw for me to read. Like, I feel like it's porn for the eyes. I was like, oh, I'm so glad she didn't send pictures. He was just like, blocked.
Wow.
I know. I was like,
wow. Okay, so it's not, I mean, I'm sure it's not only me.
Don't get me wrong. I feel like there is a higher percentage to women getting it, but it's like, I've definitely seen the odd side of like some women be
weird.
I don't know if it's called desperate or crazy, or
we'll go with both.
Yeah, we'll go with a bit of desperate.
We'll go with both. We'll go with both. Well, you know what? I would love, I hope and pray we get back to normalcy soon. Oh my God. Cross the fingers, mama.
My toes are crossed, my fingers are crossed. If I could lift my toes that high, I would show you.
Oh my God. So you guys have not been in the States to gig at all?
No. We're slowly planning our world domination. Slowly but surely. We are going to make our way across the States. I really want to gig in like the States. I want to gig in Japan. Like, I've been to Kyoto.
I would love
Japan is so beautiful.
Spent 7 years in Japan, girlfriend, and
I sort of love you and hate you right now.
I'm sorry. It was.
Where did you stay? Were you in Osaka?
Yeah, I was in the outskirts of Tokyo, but Osaka was like 3 hours by the bullet train. But so of course, Osaka is one of the meccas for everything band metal. I mean, every band that has gone through Japan has to go through Osaka. And so when you see Ozzy or you see Five Finger Death Punch or something like that.
I have a pic still from Five Finger Death Punch. I went to see them at Reading. Was it Leeds and Reading? It's one of the two. I remember just like they were throwing pics into the crowd and I was like, hey, and it drops right next to me and this girl. And I don't often become vicious to people, but I looked this girl in the eye. I was like, fucking mine. Picked over and was like, fuck mine.
Did you get what?
Tanya, right? Me? No, I try and be as nice as possible to everybody because don't get me wrong, I've made mistakes in my life, but growing up, I sort of realized it's like actually, like there's an old saying, you get more bees with honey than you do with vinegar. And I admit kill people with kindness. People with kindness.
Yes.
Like when people like I have like people don't just like blow smoke at my eyes. I do get people that criticize me. And I'm just like, thank you so much for your feedback. I will take that on side. And like secretly I'm like, there's a hole in my heart. But then I'm like, no, he might be right. Maybe I do need to work on that bit.
Right. And I am the first person, and that is why I'm so glad I have the people in my life who are like, okay, Jacqui, your show was great today, but I'm like, damn. Thanks, but okay, you have a point.
Yeah, your friends aren't there to like, they aren't always there to be a champion. Sometimes they're like, Tanya, you're being a bit of a dick today. Might want to sort that out. It's like, okay, take him. Maybe I was.
Oh my God. You know what, guys? This is Tanya from Destroy the Planet. She is just rock solid. Love her to pieces. And I can't wait for you guys to see this interview because she is just so cute and so adorable. It just makes me sick to my stomach, you know?
Oh, sure.
Oh, whatever. But you know what? I am going to, she's on Raven's Reveal and her band is just awesome. And I cannot wait for you guys to hear it and see this video. I'm going to put her socials up. I'm going to put the band social pages up so you guys can go and support the band and just love them as much as I do. And you know what, Tanya, whenever you guys got new material coming out, please, for the love of God, come back to us.
I will. You are one of the first on my list of people to go, look, we did a thing. We did a thing.
And you better, because if you don't, I will kill you. I will so kill you.
Okay, but you got to come over here to do that. So, I'm pretty safe for a bit.
Oh, that means I can't come back for 14 days. Oopsies.
Oh no, you'll have to stay in England for a bit longer.
Oh, darn. Oh,
Sarah
darn.
will be so jealous.
Oh, darn. Well, you guys, this is Tanya from Destroy the Planets, and we will be right back on 99 WNRR.